Hello, this is Nick2057
and Justin
from SystemandStuff.com. What we're going to show you is a PlayStation 3 80GB non-backwards compatible. What's going on with this is of course the Blu-ray drive is bad, and it also has the green light of death, otherwise known as the GLOD or GLOD, stuff like that. You can also give it another terminology, otherwise known as a yellow light death as well. What happened is we done some research online, found out that a GPU is separating from the motherboard because of it running so hot. Now, what we're going to show you is a tutorial of how to fix this problem. And I've done some research already, found out of this one particular guy that done what they call a 4-penny trick. With this 4-penny trick, it would actually apply more pressure onto the GPU to the motherboard. That way it will have better contact on the board. So what we're going to do is show you a working model of the 4-penny trick PS3.
This PS3 has been previously worked on. The 4-penny trick was applied to it and it worked great. So now we're going to create a video showing you the system working, and we're going to take it apart, take the 4 pennies out, show you it not working, and then we're going to put it back together and show you it working again. So basically, when this pressure is applied to the GPU, your system video will start working again, and then your system will be able to boot up. It does not boot up because the video. Alright, so now we're going to plug it up and turn it on and show you the custom firmware, and we're going to talk about some of the games and the reason why we use custom firmware.
And of course the tools you're going to be requiring as well before we get started with hooking it up. Before we show you, of course you're going to require the tools. You're going to need a number 2 screwdriver, a number 1 screwdriver, some thermal paste. You can get the thermal paste for like $10, for example, CompUSA, TigerDirect.com, or Best Buy. You're going to need a thermal paste spreader so you can actually spread it evenly onto the GPU or CPU or whatever that is messing up on a PS3.
Or you could use a cardboard, but this is like, you don't have to ever get rid of it. You just reuse it after you clean it.
Either that or a credit card if you have a credit card, if you declare bankruptcy.
So this right here are the screws, bits that you are going to need to take your system apart. Pretty sure all PS3s use the same screws, but if they're different, the screws bits will go to the 80 gig non-backwards compatible model. If they're the right size, they'll fit in perfectly. Even if it's tight and real tight, they'll loosen. If there's any slippage, that is because you're not using the right size. So I would recommend try it once. If it doesn't work, get some new bits. Invest $10 and save yourself the hassle of ruining your screws, and those are very hard to replace.
Either that, or you can actually, if you like to go to flea markets and everything, you can find some bits like that, but you got to make sure they have the right tips. You can find some probably like around 50 cents, or at least, I'm sorry, 25 to 50 cents per bit if you find one that's in good shape. Alright, so what we're going to do is, of course, show you the after at first, and then we're going to backtrack to before. The reason why we're doing that is because this is a fully tested model that works. What we're going to show you is what happens without the 4 pennies and with the 4 pennies. So, of course, we're going to show you. Of course, we're going to hook it up of a fully working PS3 trick PS3. We're going to, of course, hook it up. Okay, power it on, and as you can see, we have kind of a crappy TV, but hey, it's our demo TV, so it works out anyways.
So if you notice, The fan speed is at level 1 and will stay there consistently. Even running outside with humidity, it's still running at 1. I'll let you hear it in a second. So like he had said, this is a fully working model, 80 gig model that has the 4-penny trick on it. It worked flawlessly for over a week now. We're just going to do this to show the people how it works. So let you listen to the fan for a minute.
And sorry for the background noise, as you can hear that there's jet going on outside, stuff like that. So we apologize for the background noise if you're trying to hear the fan, okay?
Alright, so one thing you will notice is the blue light. That is because of the bad Blu-ray drive. I'll just hit that real quick, get that away. When you see the fan, notice the fan will go up really high once the 4 pennies are removed, so keep your ear out for that. Alright, so now to the firmware.
Okay, what we're going to show you, of course we have to hit the PS button on the remote. Alright, so we're going to go over to settings, system in, okay, where is it at? Oh, okay, sorry about that. System settings. System information, and we're sorry for the delay on the screen if we're trying to do it. We're using an old TiVo box right now, so when we try to do it with the console, it's not as instant, so we apologize for the delay.
Okay,
as you can see, we have a 3.55 firmware on our PS3.
And now we're going to show you the install folders you're going to need to run backups off your hard drive. You can get these files from our website
over at systemandstuff.com. And let me explain as well. Before you play your backup games, you're gonna require a custom firmware, otherwise known as a CFW. Now, you can get all of our files, all the files over at systemandstuff.com. And I apologize for my O-ing and everything.
Alright, so you can see the external hard drive light is on. I'll go for that.
Okay.
We're going to head over to the install package folder and click it. Okay, now you're going to see these files. You will get this file with the package that you get on our website. You will need this one. Go down to the other one.
Okay, I'm going down.
You will need this one, 17 or
1.17.004
or later. Then you're going to need the LV2 pack. Depends on if you use older managers. The newer managers usually have this installed and run when you run the program. Now we're going to go to the last game. Make sure that the last game file that you get is this one. If you download it from our site and get the custom firmware from our site, all those software will run together. Okay, so now you have those files installed. You're going to go back to the XMB, and then you're going to go down to Multiman. Once Multiman is loaded, you will see some games that you have copied to your external hard drive, either FTP or that you have on your external hard drive. Right now, this is a mix of external hard drive games and internal. If you want to learn how to use the FTP and other software, contact us on the forum and we will make a video for you.
And then we will also give you a login information if you want to log in from your computer to your PS3 as well. But you gotta make sure to have a LAN cable hooked up, either that or wireless. But we would recommend having a LAN cable because it's faster.
Okay, so now we're gonna load Star Wars. We're going to highlight Star Wars in the right corner and press R1.
Oops, excuse me. I'm sorry,
It's okay.
I was trigger happy.
The game is basically has already been preloaded in the system. So now I'm going to show you how to set the Multiman to run Star Wars. But this is what it'll look like after you set it. It's going to show up in App Home. You can only run this game through App Home. So remember that. With Star Wars, you will have to run it through App Home. Alright, so now we're going to go back to Multiman. And we're going to show you the settings you're going to need to run Star Wars.
Okay. Alright, so once we get back to Multiman, we're going, as you can see, we're going to show you the settings of how to do it.
So hit R1. And then you'll see on the left side, it's going to say, oh, well, we're on SOCOM.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Let's get back to the right game.
We apologize, the system still has a delay on us.
Yeah, it's the TiVo box.
Oh. My bad, I did it again. I'm going back to Multiman. I apologize.
I bet some of the people out there, first time users, will have the same problem. Alright, so now we're going to go to Star Wars R1. Yeah, there you go. Do the best. Make sure it's internal. At the bottom you will see it say, okay, so as you can see, you're going to highlight internal. That's the middle one on the left. And then you're going to make sure you use USB patch. That's at the bottom. Make sure the direct boot is not selected, or
otherwise known as Blu-ray drive mirror.
Blu-ray drive mirror.
They call it BD mirror for short.
Okay, so once those settings are right, you're gonna hit O to save, and then you're gonna hit X to run the game. The game is going to go back to XMB, and then, like I said, you're going to go to the App Home folder, and your game should show there. Click on that once, and it will load straight to the game flawlessly the first time. Write down this method on a piece of paper and just try to memorize it, and once you get it remembered, it'll be easy.
Yeah, if you try to do it mentally, you're going to run into it. You might have a trigger finger on there.
There's 3 different methods of running games. Crisis runs different than this game, and there's another game that runs different than all the other games. Oh, well, this game runs different than Mario or Monopoly. Monopoly runs different than Crisis. So over time, you will see that they're so different that it can complicate the way you run games.
Now, what we're going to show you after this Star Wars loads up, we're going to show you the next one, which is Crisis 2. So after this, after it loads and everything, we're going to show you a bit of the game that's fully working.
Well, actually, we're not going to do Crisis 2 right now because we're going to get into taking the system apart. But let's get this game running, show you the graphics, show you the system running ice cold outside after the 4-penny trick. So go to continue, give it a second to load. Listen to the sound.
And to let you know that the system is actually still running cool even out here in the 80-degree heat. And with that, as you can hear, you don't even hear the fan going up to level 2. The fan is still running at level 1, which is perfect with the 4-penny trick.
Okay, game is still loading.
And you can see we are playing the game as you can see.
Okay, so we have a high def video of the system running. We will post that later. So just try to ignore the TV quality. Just check out the speed and let it heat up for a second.
Oh, I lost on that one?
And then we'll show you how fast the speed's running. We only have about 20 seconds left on the video, so we're going to close out on this. So this is the system running perfectly fine outside with the fans running low. We'll be right back, part 2, to show the system being taken apart. Alright, thank you. This has been Justin
And Nick 2057.
at systemandstuff.com.